Hello and welcome to this next module. In our last module, we discussed the media as a potential fourth branch of government. In this module, we will be discussing the same thing with the bureaucracy. A lot of authors of the textbooks, they'll pick one or the other. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Bureaucracy, way of organizing people to achieve a specific goal. So this is one thing to point out. When it comes to the bureaucracy, when you think about public administration, unlike business administration, the goal of a business is to make money. The goal of a public agency is to serve a specific need uh, as its mission was created. Now, when we talk about the federal government, there are really two types of bureaucratic uh, entities that we refer to. One, line agencies, FAA, FCC, FDIC. So all of those that we would normally think about. Then we also have the staff agencies, which are associated with the White House, typically Cabinet, Executive Office of the White House, and the like. Now, as we said in the last module, this is one of those concepts that's easier to understand than explain. And we've touched on some of these concepts in previous modules. Let's go to the slide. Now, as we did with the media and as we did with the official three branches of government, we have strengths, weaknesses, limitations, powers. Same is true with the bureaucracy. Again, the bureaucracy is embedded inside the executive branch, but you're talking about career civil servants. All right. So the powers, size. The sheer size of the federal government makes it resistant to change. All right, so it can kind of weather the storm, so to speak. Expertise. We discussed in a previous module when we talked about power. I believe we used the example of the CDC. The CDC has a lot of power just based on its knowledge about public health, right? Delegation of power by Congress. This is a subtle element, but it is worth mentioning. At the end of the day, these bureaucratic agencies were created and funded by Congress, but in large part, the power of those agencies delegated to those agencies. And within the bureaucracy, these are career positions. They are not elected. Now, one thing I would like to share with you, didn't know this already, it used to be prior to the Pendleton Act, which is 1880s, bureaucratic positions, it was a spoils system. So whenever you had a new president, it was pretty much fruit basket turnover across the board. The Pendleton Act made these positions merit-based. So administrations may come and go, but the positions remain. All right? And to some degree, and this is not meant to be a negative term at all, but entrenchment is that these career civil servants are pretty much there. All right? They can weather the storm of any given administration. Their tenure transcends the administrations. And we think about the limitations. We think about the president, first of all, through appointments and removals or reorganizations. So again, even though we discussed examples where bureaucracy may, in a previous module, where the bureaucracy have some power and authority over the president, well, the president is in himself the CEO of the bureaucracy of the executive branch. We discussed that in a previous module as well. Now, Congress, through budgeting and oversight, Congress has authority over the bureaucracy. Judicial review, the judiciary, the Supreme Court also has authority over the bureaucracy, through this power. Size and speed. Sometimes the strength is also a weakness. Even though the bureaucracy does have a certain size to weather changes, weather the storm, have critical mass, so to speak, at the same time, it prevents it from being nimble and reactive inside the environment. Media, okay? And so, yes, we saw this really in the last module as well. even these two unofficial branches of government that we're arguing, the media and the bureaucracy, they do have checks and balances on each other as well. All right. And coupled with the media, whistleblowers. So we do have instances where people actually sound the alarm, so to speak, where there may be certain indiscretions inside our public entities. With that, that's the end of this module. As always, pause and review as necessary. We'll pick it up with the next one. Thank you.